Luna, can I talk to you for a second?
What's up?
Riley just told me she loves me again, and I can't get over how adorable she is. I'm really happy when Riley gets all affectionate like that.
Wait, again? Isn't Riley an adult now? You can't keep treating her like a kid forever.
What? Why not? Riley will always be my adorable little sister. Why are you being so cold, Luna? It's normal for a sister to be affectionate with her brother, right?
No, it's not. Honestly, I think it's a little weird. You're always thinking about your sister. Are you even considering us?
Of course I am. But come on, we're family. I feel like I have to protect Riley more than anything.
So you're saying Riley's more important than me?
What? No, that's not what I meant. It's just that Riley is special. I wish you could understand her a little better, Luna.
No, it's not about understanding. It's a little weird. And shouldn't Riley start becoming independent by now?
Independent? No way. I'll always protect Riley. She's too reckless without me. So, Luna, can't you be a little nicer to her?
Daniel, it's just strange how overprotective you are with your sister.
Strange? But seeing Riley smile makes me the happiest. When she's in trouble, it hurts me even more.
I'm telling you, you are obsessed with your sister. It's time you wake up and start valuing our relationship, don't you think?
I mean, I care about you too, Luna. But of course, Riley's the most important. We're siblings. We have a special bond.
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. What could he possibly see in an ugly woman like you, Riley? Honestly, I'm starting to question my brother's taste. It's just so embarrassing. Hey, Riley? How did someone as ugly as you manage to trick my brother? How did you even get him to marry you? I'd love to hear all the details, though it's probably a waste of time. I'm not ugly, so talking to someone ugly like you, Luna, would be a total waste of time, right? Why are you texting me? I'm kind of busy, you know. Pretending to be busy with work? Pointless. No one in the world would ask an ugly person like you to do any work, right? Coming from someone who's unemployed, I really don't want to hear that, Riley. And by the way, isn't this whole training to be a good wife thing a little outdated, don't you think? What? Are you mocking me? What I'm doing is proper training. I'm perfecting housework and cooking so I can devote myself to my future husband. I'm just focusing on becoming a good wife. And my brother said he's fine with that. It's safer to stay at home, and there are too many dangers outside. So obviously, it's the right thing to do. Since my brother agrees, there's no problem at all. Jesus, training to be a good wife, huh? Look, using that as an excuse not to work in this day and age, I don't know about that. Have you ever thought about how others see you? If you think you can live like that forever, you're being naive. If you make fun of me, my brother won't stay quiet, you know? He's going to protect me, so it doesn't matter what you say. Luna, seriously? Well, I am his cute little sister. And anyway, your marriage? It's up to me how I feel about it, you know? If I'm not okay with it, I can object all I want and even stop it. So, maybe you should start trying to get on my good side, huh? Look, I don't get what you're trying to say. Is your brother really that important to you? Or is there some sort of jealousy toward me? If that's the case, instead of being passive-aggressive, how about you just straight up tell your brother that he shouldn't marry me? Telling me all this won't change anything, and honestly, it's really unpleasant. Wow, the way you're talking is kind of scary and intense. I don't think you need to be so hostile toward me. You're the one throwing shade here. I'm just stating the facts, and I don't mean anything bad by it, you know? If normal conversation makes you feel that way, then I guess I can't say anything anymore. But you did call me ugly, so how do you feel about that? What? You owe me an apology. You really hurt my feelings. Luna, your tone was so cold, it honestly shocked me. What? You're saying I hurt you? You're the one who called me ugly first, right? You didn't even bother to show any respect. Shouldn't you be the one apologizing here? Otherwise, I'll tell my brother. He's on my side. And if you want to get married, you better apologize to me now, or you're really going to regret it. I have no idea what you're talking about. First of all, if you want to cancel my marriage with Daniel, then what's your plan? Are you planning to marry your own brother? Are you going to keep sabotaging his relationships every time he dates someone? That doesn't make any sense. At some point, Daniel is going to have a family of his own, and even if you try to stop that, it's only going to be pointless, don't you think? If it's someone I like, I'm fine with it. But someone like you, Luna, just won't do. You're not attractive at all. Is that so? So you don't like me because I'm ugly. If I were a model-level beauty, would that make you happy? It's not just about looks, though your looks are definitely a problem. You're as rude as ever. Anyway, it seems like you don't have any real reason for texting, so excuse me.
Luna, did you say something to Riley? If you deliberately hurt her, I won't forgive you.
What are you talking about?
Riley just called me crying. It's because of something you said, right?
What? Shouldn't you be asking Riley that question instead?
What did you say to her?
Gosh, I'm the one who feels like crying over here.
You know, Luna, you're really a tough woman. Not exactly cute, if you ask me. Anyway, stop messing with Riley. She's my sister, you know. Are you jealous?
Excuse me? If anyone's acting jealous here, it's your sister.
What do you even have against Riley? Is it because she's cute?
Oh my God. There's no point in this, is there? You're clearly not interested in listening. Every time it involves your sister, you completely lose all sense of logic, Daniel. No matter what I say, you always put Riley first. At this rate, we can't even have a proper conversation.
That's not true.
Well, one thing is clear. Riley definitely doesn't approve of our marriage. I mean, everything she says and does makes that obvious. Continuing with the wedding under these conditions might be reckless. I really don't want to provoke Riley any further. And deep down, I think you've realized that too, Daniel. Maybe, just maybe, you're even considering the option of canceling the wedding.
What? What are you talking about? The wedding is happening, no question about it. What would I even tell our families and friends if we canceled? The invitations have already been sent, and everything is ready. Calling it off now is impossible.
Oh, so you're really going through with it. But is that because you truly want to marry me? Or are you just worried about appearances? Is this wedding for your family and coworkers? Or is it because you actually want to build a life with me? I need to know.
It's not just my family. Even my boss and coworkers are looking forward to it. There's no way we can cancel now. Have you seriously considered canceling the wedding that easily, Luna?
So that's how it is. So you really do want to marry me, right? Then I think you need to clearly tell Riley that. You really should tell her that you're tying the knot with me, or she's just not going to accept it.
Why do I have to go out of my way to say something like that? Isn't it obvious already? There's no need to say it.
Maybe it's clear to you, Daniel, but Riley hasn't gotten that message. That's why she keeps throwing snide comments at me. She probably feels like I'm taking you away from her and she's upset about it.
There's no way Riley would do something like that. She's my sweet little sister, and she wouldn't be that mean.
No, it's because you keep defending her that she thinks her actions are justified. By always protecting her, you're encouraging her to be even more rude to me. Unless you tell her, the person I want to marry is Luna, she's never going to accept it. Feelings don't get across unless you say them out loud.
Why do I have to say something so embarrassing? Isn't it obvious enough already?
That's exactly why Riley keeps picking on me, because you don't say anything. She calls me ugly and other names. Do you have any idea how much that hurts me, Daniel?
Well, Riley's always been cute. Maybe she's just comparing herself to you. Can't be helped, right?
At the very least, you should defend your wife. What are you even thinking?
You're seriously competing with my sister? That's ridiculous. She's my sister, for crying out loud. Why are you trying to compete with her?
I'm not competing. I'm just stating the facts.
If this escalates any further, I'll get angry for real. Stop messing with my cute sister. Stop making her cry.
You're clearly not listening at all. Fine, whatever. Just tell Riley that I'm your wife already. If you don't even do that, it's only going to cause more problems down the line.
Hey, Luna. Do you have any preference about the seating arrangement?
Huh? What do you mean?
Like, do you have a specific seat you want?
What? What kind of preference?
I see. So you don't have a preference, right? I figured you wouldn't be picky, Luna.
Wait, what are you talking about? I don't follow.
So, it's okay if your seat is anywhere, right?
My seat? I'm pretty sure my seat is the bride's seat. What do you mean by preference anyway?
Well, can't my sister sit there instead?
What? Your sister?
Does it really matter where you sit? Riley wants to sit in the bride's seat, so just deal with it.
Wait a minute. You're saying Riley will sit in the bride's seat?
Yeah, so? Is that a problem?
What? Of course it's a problem. Stop joking around and start getting ready.
You know, you're too old to be whining all the time. Aren't you embarrassed to act like this as the bride?
I don't understand.
Anyway, when you come back, stop sulking. Just stand around somewhere during the ceremony. Sitting in any random seat works too.
This is ridiculous.
What's ridiculous? Prioritizing my sister is obvious. She's family. She wants to sit in the bride's seat, so you have to deal with it. Just stand somewhere during the ceremony. Riley said the same.
I'm already at home.
What? What do you mean you're at home? Where?
I'm canceling the wedding. Actually, I'm calling off the whole marriage. Daniel, if you think back on everything, it should be clear. It's obvious by now that you keep putting your sister first and have shown no respect for me. There's no way we can go through with this marriage in that state. So I'm asking you, let's get a divorce.
What? What are you saying? Divorce all of a sudden? That's impossible. If this is a joke, it's in terrible taste. Stop it. This is a mess for me and for everyone else too. Why are you suddenly saying this? Just come back already. The wedding venue is in chaos. Our families and friends are all waiting for us.
It's in chaos because of the stupid thing you did, right? You brought this on yourself, so don't blame me. What were you thinking? Trying to put your sister in the bride's seat? That's beyond ridiculous. Honestly, it's disgusting. I've realized it too. I didn't have good judgment. Ending up in this ridiculous situation was the worst mistake of my life. This marriage has turned out to be the worst choice I've ever made. And I don't want anything more to do with you. Because, let's be real, you and your sister are both seriously messed up.
What? Wait a minute. Let's calm down and think about this. Why are you so mad? What about the wedding? I'm shocked too, but even the family members are already furious. What am I supposed to do now?
I don't care. I've already informed my family, so you have to handle your side yourself. I've told my friends too, so they're all on board. Your family saw everything, so there's no need for explanations. They'll figure out pretty quickly that you and your sister are the problem. Everyone saw what happened, and I doubt you'll be able to smooth this over.
Calling us crazy like that is way out of line. Why do I have to be talked to like this? All I did was take care of my sister, that's all. Just come back already. A bride disappearing in the middle of a wedding is what's really crazy. No matter what, we have to avoid that.
Excuse me? You're the crazy one here. Saying you want to put your sister in the bride's seat is the most absurd thing ever. No matter what you say, I'm never coming back. Do you really think I'd come back just to save your image? There's no way that's happening. If you were so concerned about appearances, why would you even think of putting your sister in the bride's seat at our wedding? Anyone with common sense would realize how wrong that is.
Well, but Riley said that's what she wanted. As her brother, I just wanted to make her happy, you know?
A brother's job is also to tell his sister when something is wrong. Honestly, both of you are out of line, so there's no point in talking anymore. Figure out how ridiculous you two are, and then maybe you can come back and try again.
Luna, I want to talk to you. Where are you right now? Let's sit down and talk this through face to face.
Huh? You've got to be kidding, right? There's nothing left for us to talk about. What do you even want to say?
It was a mess after that, you know? The wedding was suddenly canceled and everyone wanted an explanation. My family was furious, but we managed to calm things down. So where are you, Luna? We need to talk this out properly after all that's happened.
You never really listen to me, do you?
What? That's not true.
There's no point in talking with someone who I know won't listen. I know it's a waste of time. If you have something to say, why don't you just text me on WhatsApp?
You said you're calling off the marriage, but what are you going to do? We're already married, so it's not that easy to just break up.
Who said it's easy?
So, you're serious about this?
Of course. Do you even realize what you did at our wedding? Your obsession with your sister is beyond ridiculous, and you humiliated me in front of everyone. How can you even still talk about wanting to stay married? You never considered my feelings for even a second, and now you have the nerve to say that?
You were mad about the seating thing? I didn't think you'd be this angry, honestly. But walking out of the wedding like that, wasn't that a bit much?
Too much? After what you did, that's the least you deserve.
Even your mom was furious. And as she was leaving, she threw a parting shot at me. She said, "Congratulations on marrying your sister." I was embarrassed too.
Well, that's exactly what you had coming, don't you think? You were the one who tried to put your sister in the bride's seat. What do you think my parents were feeling?
I honestly didn't think it through that far. I never imagined it would turn into such a big deal.
Oh, really? Well, this is how it turned out in the end. Marrying you was a mistake on my part, but there's nothing left to discuss. So, goodbye. I'm done with this.
What? You're really going through with a divorce? Canceling the wedding and now wanting a divorce is just crazy. What happened to the love you had for me?
Seriously? Love? Are you stupid?
What? Stupid? Why are you saying that? I'm asking you seriously. If you had any love left for me, you wouldn't be talking about divorce.
If that's what you mean, then no. There's no love left.
What? Then why did you marry me in the first place?
Before we got married, you weren't this obsessed with your sister. But after the wedding, Riley got worse. And you just went along with it. I'm a normal person, and if you keep treating me that disrespectfully, of course I'm going to snap. Before I lost my temper, I tried talking things out with you multiple times. I even spelled it out for you as bluntly as possible, thinking you'd understand because of how oblivious you are.
I don't remember you ever saying that.
Huh? You really weren't listening, were you? After we got married, Riley suddenly started coming over, breaking things I cherished, tearing my favorite clothes, and destroying the furniture. And when I confronted you about it, what did you say?
What did I say? I don't really remember.
You yelled, "Don't make my sister cry. It's your fault for leaving things in her way." You got angry over the most ridiculous thing. Looking back, it's almost laughable.
Yeah, I might have gone too far with that. But back then, Riley told me you were the one harassing her. I thought maybe what she said was true.
What? What exactly did she say? Tell me.
She told me that it was all your fault, that you were framing her, trying to make me cut ties with her. She said you were jealous of how close we were, and that's why you were doing all that. She said there are these subtle ways women harass each other that only they would understand. So I thought maybe she was right.
Yeah, of course. You don't think my words have any value. Everything your precious sister says is the absolute truth. And you just accept it and believe it all. Makes sense, right? Wait, no, it doesn't. Who's your wife here? You're completely ignoring the woman you chose to marry. Don't mess with me. You should have listened to both sides before deciding. But honestly, it's pointless to keep saying this. It's over now, so whatever.
Wait, Luna. I can tell you are really angry. I'm sorry, Luna. Maybe I was a little insensitive.
A little? No, a lot.
But my parents did scold Riley after what happened, and she seems to regret it. Don't you think going as far as divorce is too extreme? I'll work on fixing what I did wrong too. We could always redo the wedding.
Absolutely not.
Huh? No? What? Why? I feel like I've compromised quite a bit. Isn't that enough? Still no?
I'm absolutely getting a divorce. You two are just too gross. Siblings totally fixated on one another? In a typical family, that might be funny, but you all have really crossed the line. There's no way I can keep living with you. I've reached my limit. And Riley's saying the outside world is dangerous so I don't work? What century is she living in? These days, that's not even a valid reason not to work. Hiding at home for bride training? I'd honestly love to see what she's actually doing. And how does she expect to find a partner without even going outside? Does she think her future husband is just going to fall from the sky? Anyone with common sense would realize how ridiculous that is. And Riley's older than me, right? She's almost 31. Bride training at that age? It's not even funny. I've never seen anyone so out of touch with reality.
Riley was physically weak when she was younger. That's why our parents and I ended up spoiling her as she grew up. Taking care of her is just what we do as a family, and I don't see that as a bad thing.
I don't care. That's your family's problem, not mine. Stop using that as an excuse, and don't drag me into it. If I had known about all this before we got married, there's no way I would have gone through with it, but at least I've realized it now. I'm grateful I won't have to waste any more of my time on this. So, my brother will come pick up my things tomorrow. I'll leave the keys in the mailbox. And I'll leave the divorce papers with them too. So please submit them as soon as possible.
No. Divorce is really impossible. How am I supposed to explain this to my parents or my boss?
You don't need to say anything to your parents. They saw the whole thing, so there's no need for an explanation. And your obsession with appearances? I've grown to absolutely hate that about you. If you don't submit the divorce papers, I'll consult a lawyer. If it comes to that, it'll cost you extra time and money. So it'd be smarter to file them as soon as possible.
A lawyer? Please don't take it that far.
Well, that just shows how serious I am. I want to end this marriage as quickly as possible. If a lawyer gets involved, you'll be the one covering the costs, and I'll be claiming alimony. If you don't want to add unnecessary expenses, it's best to just quietly go through with a divorce. Besides, you can stay lovey-dovey with Riley forever, so shouldn't you be happy? Congrats! You get to be with your sister for the rest of your life. Luna, are you serious? Are you really divorcing my brother? I can't believe it! After all the trouble you caused at the wedding, isn't this a bit too much? Of course it's not too much. No matter what you say, I'm serious. What? This isn't like you. I'm sorry. I'll admit, maybe I went too far. I've apologized, so you'll forgive me, right? Forgive you for what? Huh? What exactly am I supposed to forgive? My divorce from Daniel is already in motion. It may not be official yet, but we're in the process. What you, or rather, both of you, did was too much for me to handle. It's not about forgiveness or not. So, you're really getting a divorce? Don't make it seem like it's all my fault, okay? Well, I don't think it's entirely your fault. But it's clear that you were the one who triggered everything. But hey, isn't this a good thing for you? Now you don't have to worry about your beloved brother marrying me, and you can have him all to yourself. Just remember, you can't marry your brother though, so good luck with your bride training. Of course, I know that. I just want to get married. Huh? That's why I'm saying good luck. I wanted to get married before you, Luna, that's all. What are you even talking about? I knew my brother had a girlfriend, but when I found out about you and heard that I was a year older, I was determined to get married before you. But then you went ahead and married my brother without my permission, and that pissed me off. I never had any intention of taking my brother from you. And marrying him? That's just ridiculous. Wait, hold on. So what you're saying is, Because we're around the same age, you just decided to see me as your rival. And you thought you lost to me, so you started harassing me? To put it simply, yes. Wait, Riley. We have no connection to each other, right? What do you mean? Sure, I was dating your brother Daniel. But we were strangers before that. So why compete with me? Who cares if you get married before or after me? You harassed me over that? I'm shocked. Well, it's not my fault you're close to my age. I couldn't help it. But I wasn't actually trying to make you two divorce. It's still not too late, you know? Why did you make up with my brother? Otherwise, our family is turning against me too. They're even calling me a disgrace and saying they'll kick me out of the house for being so unreasonable. Can you believe it? So, if you stayed married, it might have worked out better for me. Riley, let me be clear. If you keep living like this, you're going to ruin your life. It's not going to end well for you. What? How can you talk to me like that? It's the truth, and deep down you know it too. You ruined your brother's marriage and are trying to shift the blame. But no one's going to listen to you anymore. That's why you reached out to me, right? The way people are reacting now, that's how they really see you. What? So what am I supposed to do? First, you need to face reality. As long as you're sheltered and coddled by your family, nothing will change. Sure, the outside world can be tough, but you can't keep running from it. Riley, do you realize that staying like this is only going to make things worse? If you keep living this way, you'll just keep falling behind. You need to take control of your own life, or eventually it'll be too late to fix anything. Marriage isn't something you can leave up to someone else. Stop hiding behind bride training and start taking charge of your own future. But I don't even know what to do anymore. Start by taking responsibility for your own actions. Even if it's just little by little, take a step forward. That's all I can say. The rest is up to you. Good luck finding your own path. I completely cut ties with both Daniel and Riley. The divorce papers were submitted quickly, and I finally became free. As expected, both Daniel and Riley spiraled downward. Riley was kicked out by her parents, and once she lost their support, she faced the harsh realities of life. Having never stepped into the outside world, she couldn't find a job. And it seems she's still wandering aimlessly. As for Daniel, his reputation at work took a nosedive. He became the subject of gossip, labeled as the guy who's too dependent on his sister, and was removed from the fast track to promotion. His superiors and colleagues had witnessed the chaos at our wedding, which only made his position more precarious. What's worse, Riley's over-reliance on Daniel caused their relationship to deteriorate further. Even now, Riley's still calling out, "Daniel, help me," while continuing to burden him with her inability to do anything on her own. I've heard that Daniel has grown tired of her. As for me, I feel completely refreshed, having escaped such a toxic relationship. In my new environment, surrounded by wonderful people, I've regained my sense of self. I sincerely hope to meet someone great again in the future.